and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm sending you the warmest welcome. So for today's video, I thought I'd bring you along on a bake with me. Apart from feeling festive and feeling cosy, another one of my favourite things about Christmas is all the festive treats, the yummy baking. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to bake a few festive treats and I'd like you all to come along with me. Apart from baking, my favourite thing about Christmas is the off limits of how much you eat, the not feeling guilty about eating all them calories, and just enjoying yummy treats and also trying new things, because every single year I've noticed that they bring out new Christmas treats and new Christmas goodies. For today's video I will be baking mince pies, and for this recipe you will need 375 grams of plain flour, 260 grams of butter, 125 grams of caster sugar, icing sugar for dusting, 1 egg, and obviously the mincemeat for the middle. And I've also decided to do some homemade chocolates. So this is an idea that my mum came up with. So I'm going to be making milk chocolate, white chocolate and dark chocolate, and I'll be putting some glitter, sprinkles, biscuits, oranges and nuts in them, and I'll be doing different flavours for the different types of chocolate. So my next bake is going to be chocolate and cinnamon cupcakes with a gingerbread frosting. So for this recipe you will need 75 grams of plain flour, some cocoa powder, 110 grams of caster sugar, 110 grams of butter, some ground cinnamon, and you actually only need 2 medium eggs for this recipe, but I've got quite small eggs, so I'm going to use 3. And then for the decoration, I'm going to be cheating and using this already made gingerbread frosting, because I know that if I tried to make this, it wouldn't be as good. So we're going to use this and pipe it on nicely. And then I'm going to put some edible glitter and some sprinkles on top. So the first thing we're going to be baking is mince pies, and for this recipe the first step is you need to add 375 grams of flour into the bowl, 260 grams of butter into it, and then you need to mix it together so it creates like a crumb. So turns out I needed a bigger bowl. The other one was too small and I was making a mess, so this video is already a disaster. So I've got a bigger bowl, and the next step is to add in 125 grams of caster sugar and 1 egg. So the next step you need to do is you need to flour your surface, take out the pastry mixture out of the bowl, bring it together into a big ball, and then cling film it and leave it to chill for 10 minutes. So at this point you need to preheat your oven to 200 degrees. So for the next part of this bake, you need to roll out your pastry to cut it out, pop into the baking tray, and then you fill it with a tablespoon of mincemeat, and then you also need to cut out some shapes for the pastry on top. So I have decided to go for a bell and a Christmas tree. And then the last step is you need to brush them with egg. So all I've done is just popped an egg in a cup and mixed it up, and then you just paint it over. This gives it the golden brown look that you're after when you take them out the oven. And then you need to pop them in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. So it wouldn't be a baking video if I didn't taste test my products. So I'm going to taste test. I love mince pies anyway. I think mince pies are like Marmite, you either love them or you hate them. A lot of people don't like them, but a lot of people do like them. I am one of those people that like them, so that's perfect for me. They've come out really nicely, they've come out golden brown like I've wanted. I will leave the recipe to this bake in the description box below, so if you wanted to bake these yourself. So for my next bake, well, I'll call it a bake. It's not really a bake because I'm not baking anything. But this idea came from my mum, and these are good as a Christmas present or a Christmas gift. You can wrap them up in cute little polystyrene bags and put some ribbon and a little gift tag on them and give them to someone. So these are going to be chocolates. You also need to put them in a ice cube tray or a shaped mould tray, anything you want. So the first one I'm going to do is milk chocolate with biscuits on the bottom and sprinkles on the top. You can obviously do whatever you like, but these are the ones that I've decided to go for today. And then the next one is white chocolate with orange. So it's going to taste like chocolate orange, but white chocolate with sprinkles on top. So the last one I'm going to do is like a fruit and nut. So I'm going to do dark chocolate with some raisins and pecans. And then I'm also going to decorate with some edible glitter. you'll need to do is you need to cream the butter and sugar together in a bowl. Then you just cream them together. To preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Next up, you need to crack eggs into a cup or a bowl and mix them together, and then add them in little bit by little bit into the mixture so that it doesn't curdle. You do actually only need 2 medium eggs, but like I said, mine are quite small. If it does curdle while you're doing it, don't worry, because when you add the flour, it will fix itself. Next up, you need 75 grams of plain flour. If you're using plain flour, add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, but if you don't have any baking powder, just use self-raising flour. It will help it give that little bit of an extra rise. And then we need to add this little bit by little bit and fold it in so it creates them really lovely bubbles. Look how smooth that looks. And then next up, to flavour the batter, I'm going to add in some ground cinnamon, cocoa powder and some vanilla extract. And then you're going to fold this in again because you don't want to lose the bubbles that you've created by folding in the flour. Next, need to spoon it in to your cake cases. You don't want to fill them up too much because you don't want them to rise over the case. So 1 spoonful will be enough in each. Obviously, if you've got a little bit of mixture left over after you've filled up all the cases, then just go around and top them all up. So this mixture has only made 10, so if you want to make more than this, then obviously double the recipe or add a little bit more. So I'm going to pop these in the oven now for 15 to 20 minutes. So these have been in for 15 minutes, and the best way to see if they're cooked or not is to stick a knife inside the middle, and if it comes out clean, it means they're done. So these are done, so I'm going to leave these to cool and then I'll come back when we're ready to decorate. So next up is my favourite part of baking, and it's the decorating. So I'm going to pipe some of this gingerbread frosting on top with some edible glitter and then sprinkle some cute sprinkles on top. Obviously, as well as the mince pies, I'm going to have to try it. So I've got my cupcake here and I'm just going to cut it in half so I can eat it delicately like a woman, because if I try and take a big mouthful with it whole, it's going to be disastrous. So much icing on it. That literally tastes like Christmas in my mouth. That's so nice. Into very festive flavours like gingerbread and cinnamon and ginger and things like that. Definitely try these out. I will leave the recipe in the description box below. Please comment down below what your favourite festive treat is. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below and I'll see you in my next one. Hello everyone, so it's Future Katie. I'm just editing this video and I've realised that the date that this video goes out is the 12th of December, and I have been on YouTube now for 2 months, and the reason why I started YouTube was because of lockdown. I live on my own and I thought it was a great way to keep myself entertained, something to do, and also to keep you guys entertained to watch my videos. So if you ever felt lonely or you wanted something to do, I would hope that my videos would bring you some joy and that you could use my videos as a way to keep yourselves entertained as well. It's always been a dream of mine as well. I've always, looked up to my favourite YouTubers like Ellie Darby and Gemma Louise Miles, Zoe Sugg. And I've always thought, you know what, that would be such a cool and fun thing to do and to spend my time. So I took the plunge, I started, and to be honest, I never thought I would be where I am now. So I'm only 2 months in and I got stuck in a rut at one point where I was like, is this really for me? But I carried on going, I worked hard, and I set myself a goal that by the 12th of December, so today, I would reach 50 subscribers. Now I am currently on 90 subscribers by the 12th of December. And I would just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's watched my videos, liked my videos, subscribed, gave me all the support. It is hugely appreciated. Now, my next goal is to reach 100 subscribers by 2021, and we are so close. So all the help and support to reach my next goal would be very appreciated. And once again, I would just like to say a huge thank you to everybody.